The world is run by crooks. Wealth and culture is what they took. These days it's hard to read a book when everywhere you look there's TV screens flashing their high-budget castings supporting commercial pageants until beauty is imagined. This designer class of fashion, our souls inside, we pass in with purchasing passion, checks to cash and legal tenders classic. But credit's fastest, we're indebted to the debit plastics clicking and snapping in like castanets until it crashes. Then we can't afford our caskets, so we war for rations of oil and plastics for machine attachments. If the approach remains the same, we must be insane to expect anything but the same reaction. This pattern spreads, international actions decided by profits met. Trade agreements are free but support the corporate bastards who get to bask in its 6 billion frozen inhabitants in the eyes of the basilisk of capitalism. Media-run confusion, educational institution, medical restitution, all with profits, not solutions. Congress is infused with the banking collusion, war and terror illusion, all political amusements the special interest chooses. Now we're used to it, no longer intuitive of the rulelessness, the community, incongruent human stability, we're losing it. But who's the architect that profits off of our defense, paid into arbitrage, made into carnage to invade the harmless? Voices on TV start this war and load the cartridge, elect the hardest militant rhetoric narcissist to sell industrialized armaments straight out the bargain bin. Anything for that hydrocarbon fix, we must harvest it. Fuck the law, we'll pardon it. The world moves too fast to jargon with. Please stop, I'm car sick and I need catharsis. And I need catharsis. The man who steers the scene in dread. We're out of food, they took our bread. We're freedom fighters spitting lead and they accuse us of being fed. If you go outside, watch your step. Watch your words, your thoughts, your head. Watch every single thing you've said. Save your family, watch the rest. But don't watch too long, or just watch. You're dead. Rather than debating geopolitical concepts and the society oppressed, we praise ancient parchments that mummify the lies lost in us and lock up that sarcophagus without acknowledging what it's costing us. I'm sorry that I commented, but I'm onto it. Commissions and councils, a conference, all to protect the 1%. Pharaohs and kings versus common man, it's common sense. Today it's the Wall Street occupants who owns the continents. The pyramid is ominous, so watch the Oculus. Let me elaborate. Trickle-down economy never precipitates, it actually evaporates. The money we make insaturates the aristocrats the fastest rate. This exacerbates. This pattern exacerbates. Until my hard-earned profits leave, till the plutocracy on top of me and greed without being shared with those in need, control is reaped. This common thief, this bureaucracy, this test we're proctoring, I'd rather not, but gee, thanks for offering. Instead of counting sheep, we're counting tweets. We've stopped our sleep to watch for beeps from propped up screens with knowledge, humor, and all between. Another world it seems we've seen. And then the sunlight peeks between the seams. And we work prosperously until our thoughts and talk are cheap. In fact, it's all for free. I watch the profits seep away from day to day. No maximum pay, no minimum wage, yet we act unfazed when a billionaire's paid more than the slaves living in the world today. Do we get all that we deserve, or is a portion of our worth stowed in Federal Reserves? A percent of what we earn, who knows where it goes, we aren't assured. How it's spent is not a part of our concern. Inventing missiles and germs to disperse into the earth, it all returns. Playing with fire, we all get burned. Immolation and isotherm in our hearts, it's our rightful turn. The insightful learn to stand tall and firm so we can procure the words that might be heard as a verdict to conserve. Imagine a new future, beautiful like a brochure, delivery bikes for grocers, produce grown in the local park, hopscotch wrote in chalk in the rain. I watch it wash away till dark. But dog, I'm hopeful, bark for change of the par, raise the bar. How can we expect to get so far if no one starts? I know this journey's hard, but aspiration scars. I show these proud, I am unjarred by pessimists spoken false. I'm not for profit, nope, I'd rather provoke some talk on this wealth we do not touch. Express I must before I am swept up in the clutch of the wind that comes. We are all just specks of the dust, so expect as much. This vision is like a dream, a deeper analysis of what I've seen. And I wake up in dripping sweat, Life checked like I'm grabbed by my neck, by my psych infection, my self-inspection of my selfish functions. These lessons I've been fed, now questioned in my head as I'm resting on my bed, remembering everything that's been said. A home base, a place I once thought was safe, now I cannot escape. The fate I've sought now rots in space, my patience lost, it's not in place. I was judged by how I walk this way, how I talk this way, how I'm often late, but now they all just say I ought to stay in office, but got replaced by inaugurates. White Houses and Watergates conglomerate operating, intoxicated off the scotch, moderating products, give them props, they own the oil and rocks, but intentions lost, prevention's bought. Don't mention cost, the state is crossed between progressive thought and getting caught for being not what schools have taught. Don't be shocked, they'll keep you locked until you're knocked and unexonerated, unhonorated like a promise of cooperate, and I'm often hating and they compensate it. With the actions at hand, lay down the fist of the iron plan and wait for the bars to expand and set us free from these petty empathies, for possessing ecstasy, blaming brothers next to me of elementary effects on energies like sodium in the recipe. It stresses me obsessively, and secondly, since the 70s, our tendencies to attempt remedies and invent felonies presents inequities to our identities, integrities, and chemical dependencies. Sequentially, the penalty, location monitoring, telemetry, labeled an enemy, cut off like a medieval vasectomy and left to rest in peace. But I'll let it be. Instead of stressing over everything, I have successfully reached serenity. But on the real, this system is dead to me. It's prioritizing profits over the lives that brethren be living through. But then again, look what the system's given you. Go to markets, pick and choose different foods, different brews, different shoes in different hues. We even put a few in our living rooms to sit unused. I sit confused. Millions wish for news of systemic rules, barring usurgent crews from usurping whose design is, and what is the purpose to give the burnt and bruised to the man who hurts and loses and thirsts for music. Pull up the curtains, do this, give the third world their first improvements. Yet we push on acting clueless, leaving tracks for movement of coal trains, spewing carbon oxides, a nuisance in the way that we do it. Use your mind or lose it, they pray you do, they see you useless. I'm seeing lucid. I see abuses on humans designed by recluses, and politicians are truant, and defenseless prudence, or better yet a prudenceless defense of their own elite decadence as we elect presidents with precedence over a sense for the present tense. Can't we see the standing fences and ramped defenses and lands in tension leaves war endless? Our electorates are represented by these prominent predicates of no lack of elegance. There's stacks of evidence behind what these hacks represent. It's eminence, and there's an imminent change of government when money trails. Cash can't cover it. As one comes, another went, and hence we're fenced into our customs. We love them but cannot trust them. I'm just then left to test the presence and pertinence of worship's permanence, obliged like a servant to keep it fervent until my soul is perfect and my life is worth it. I pay the price and I might deserve it. I'd give myself for nature, but the earth is purchased and no one's earned it, and no one's earnest. Statisticians are certain documents, serfs, Earth's furnaces, and how we burdened it with these purposes. This system represents planetary detriment. The evidence is clearer than its chemical elements, yet people doubt that heaven is bent on destruction of our obsessive construction, pressed on production, expressed by eruption. Now at the crest of consumption, we'll reach a nesting eruption of our best assumptions. Unless we do something to repress this corruption, those blank checks will mean next to nothing. Unless we grow, we listen, and we learn, and we search for awareness. Harness it and share it, and spread these sensations of elevation. Let's ride this wave in, all the way in towards ascension, while gaining comprehension of our contentments. When mind states are suspended, thoughts will be bent into the shapes most susceptive. It must be the ways and conventions in which we place attention. I want to change perceptions, away from resentment, creating a selection of positive affections. Through introspection, divine spiritual connections, aligning true intentions to send the truest messages in new directions. This is my new amendment. Recreation, reinvention, more aware and more tendent to whispers and barely mentioned. When self-improvement is relentless, knowledge and abilities are endless. Let's find the next solution. Then find the resolution, achieving success and retribution. Let's be the best to do it. Or maybe it's best I lose it. I must confess confusion. This mess is fluid, always changing. It's a nuisance when every nuance has newness to it. This foolishness I'm consumed with is obtrusive, but I'm getting through it. My heart speaks, I'm getting fluent, and now I get to prove it. So now you tune in. Now tell me, are you human? That's all you need to join my movement, and we can keep it moving. I am who people move with. We are conducive to progress and solutions. Let's attain fulfillment and accrue it. Those who are muted will be reputed in my music and the community influence until we are congruent. Keep your head up. We can do it. Together, we can do it. If we continue this movement, we can prove that consciousness is imputed. It's something we are imbued with. We are born clueless and are becoming lucid with every day of this movement. Feel the energy. Feel the energy. Feel the energy of the universe. Every moment, every breath, every seed and every crest, every peak and every trek. See what is next. We are blessed. Look inward to find yourself, and in this way find health and a never-ending wealth, not material but something else, something that won't go on a shelf, a pearl deep inside my shell, a jewel I will never sell. Outward I reach to hear the universe speak through me and set me free. I am released into universal peace, yet I am still me. But now my vision is limitless, at the same time definitive. I'm at the rim of this universe we are existing in. Star formation, dark matter, radiation, all scatters in geometric patterns between Mars and Saturn to Earth. Will we gather across the axis of our atlas, entranced by these actions, enhancing our tactics of understanding the facets of this enigmatic and galactic lattice of solar dances and distant planets. Space is an ocean swarming with commotion, both hopeful and expanding. We stand up free with amnesty, using every hand we can to be planning peace and planting seeds, managing our sweet Mother Earth's relief. Her cycle is beyond what we conceive, beyond politics, policies. Let us look deep into what we can be, a species in unity, whole and complete, the individual to the community, to the greater scheme, the infinitely repeating peace connected metaphysically with the divinity through love and chi until infinity. And this is only the beginning. This hypnotic thesis is not just something I'm conceiving or something I believe in, but something I am achieving. It's both exciting and relieving to be increasing these energies. I set them free, changing what I can be to become a free and greater entity without greed or enemies, without anything. I'm ascending endlessly and becoming aware of and loving everything.